Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So previously I made a video on unboxing the Nintendo Switch Lite. Today we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about whether you should buy a Nintendo Switch Lite in 2022. So without further ado, let's get into the video and let's talk a little bit more about the Nintendo Switch Lite and to see whether it's worth buying, or if it's for you or if it's not for you, or are you going to bite the bullet and buy the Nintendo Switch OLED? So let's take a look at the device. It is very light, it's in the name. It is very easy to use. So you can put memory card slot at the bottom, the cart goes at the top, headphone jack, you got the fan grills at the top, and then also the volume rockers, and also the power button. Although I do wish they were better quality. Now the shoulder buttons are great on both sides. So before I continue guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to Supanova, which helps you lose weight, and it's got a lot of other health benefits to it as well. Please, if you want to know more about this product, check the link in the description down below, and also check them out on Instagram. They are called Fitness Hub 13. So yeah, that's that guys. If you want to lose some weight and get some really good health benefits, this is a really good product. I'll also leave some of the benefits that this product actually gives to you on the screen there for you. So definitely check them out. Anyway, let's continue. As I was saying, it is really nice to hold, really comfortable. I mean, I can have a lot more longer gaming sessions with this device compared to the actual OLED itself, because the OLED is a behemoth of a device. And this is very much more portable. I can put this in my actual trouser pockets and it's fine. It does give a bit of a bulge, but you can still put it in your pocket and it's a lot more portable. Now, as you can see, I've turned the brightness level right down and right back to the top so you can see what we're playing with here. So I always keep it on full. Sometimes when I'm indoors, I do have to actually turn it down because it does get quite bright with no lights on. So let's see some viewing angles on this device. I mean, they're really good. I actually thought that this would be quite inferior, but it's actually not. It's really good. It gives off a really good viewing angle. It has really bright and vivid colors. You know, honestly, I can't actually believe how good this actual screen is. If you had to compare all three switches together, I'd put the OLED first, this second, and then the original third. And I can't actually, fault this device in any way, shape or form. It's just so good to be able to take these games with you on the go and play. I mean, I've still got to do a massive review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I've played it 3 or 4 times, completed it with a friend, completed it on my own, and definitely got to do a review of this game. Now, just to mention, depending on what your budget is or what your preference is, that's what's really going to determine whether you want to buy the Nintendo Switch Lite or the Nintendo Switch OLED version. For me, I have both. I had all three, but then I gave my Nintendo Switch original away. I just thought there's no point in having them, and it did have a little bit of a curve in it as well, I'm not going to lie. Now, just for viewing purposes, I'm just going to show you a bit of Witcher 3, but I'm going to carry on talking because, just watch the gameplay. I just wanted to show you how beautiful this game actually looks on the Nintendo Switch Lite. Anyway, back to my point. What's going to really determine whether you buy the Nintendo Switch OLED or the Lite is your budget. Now, if it is your budget, honestly, the Lite is no slouch when it comes to gaming. It's perfect. It's really good. I actually play this more than my OLED. I do like going back to my OLED from time to time, because when I do go back to my OLED and I do play, I mean, that screen is amazing, but because it's so heavy, it's really unwieldy for me, and it just feels like there's a lot of strain on my wrists and stuff, so I really do prefer playing on this. It's just perfect for my hands. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, so I think this Nintendo Switch Lite was actually, it feels like they actually designed it, molded to my hands. That's how good it is for me, that's how good it feels, and I love it. It's really good for me. being able to play for long periods of time. So if you have that kind of issue where you get fatigued whilst playing on the Nintendo Switch OLED because of the weight of the device, because it is a lot heavier and it is a bit unwieldy. Now, I do have the Switch Pad Pro as well, and I've mentioned this in a couple of other videos. They are good, but you don't get the rumble functionality for one, and two, it just makes it feel a lot more bulky and a lot more heavier. That's what I think, anyway. That's my humble opinion. I don't know, it might be different for other people, but for myself, it just feels like when you add the actual Split Pad Pro on, yeah, you can play with it for about an hour, but then I just feel fatigued and I just feel like putting it down. Whereas with this, I can actually go on for at least 3 or 4 hours before putting it down. And to be honest with you, by 3 or 4 hours, if you're playing a game like Witcher 3, it is going to drain that battery, especially if it's on 100%. So bear that in mind, guys. Again, this segment should have been quite short and to the point, but I got ahead of myself and I couldn't actually stop playing the game. I mean, Witcher 3 is phenomenal. I don't know how they pulled it off for the Nintendo Switch Lite. I really don't know how they managed that, but it is phenomenal. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So, like I mentioned, I'm just showing you a few different games for you to get an idea of what the screen actually looks like and plays like when you're playing. Because a lot of people do pose the question when I see in other videos like, what's it look like? Or is there any more games? Could you play a lot of more different games and show a little bit more of a demonstration? So, coming from those videos and those comments, that's why I've tried to put, 2 or 3 decent games in here, what you can actually look at, visualize, hear the sound on, and see to make that sound decision on whether you want to buy the Nintendo Switch Lite in 2022. Now, for myself, I'm just going to sum it up. My humble opinion, my personal preference is the Nintendo Switch Lite. I think it's totally worth getting one in 2022 because I don't think they'll be releasing another console anytime soon. We just had the Nintendo Switch Mini Direct, which showed a lot of third-party games, which was great. So if you didn't manage to watch that, check that out because it was great. I did watch that and I am going to be buying a lot of those games that are going to be coming out. So if you already have a Nintendo Switch OLED, you don't really need to buy a Nintendo Switch Lite unless you want to buy it for the reasons that I mentioned earlier. If you do get fatigued by playing on the Nintendo Switch OLED, then by all means, yes, you can get the Nintendo Switch Lite and it makes sense. But if you don't have any of them and you want to buy one and you're a bit strapped for cash, the Nintendo Switch Lite is the best contender. I'd skip the original because I don't think it's worth it anymore, and I don't even know if they actually sell it anymore. But if they do, skip that one. There's no point getting that one. The Nintendo Switch Lite is the way to go. But if you do have the money, definitely get the OLED because it does have the better screen. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a comparison between the Nintendo Switch Lite and the Nintendo Switch OLED, just size-wise, what you're playing with and stuff. So this is what it looks like side by side compared to the actual Nintendo Switch OLED. Now, that being said, I'm just going to wrap it up for you guys. I definitely think it's worth buying a Nintendo Switch Lite in 2022. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave some comments in the comment section down below. And let me know what you thought of the video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe and peace.